press conference organized by Press Information Bureau, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. I'd like to inform everyone that this press conference is also being streamed live on PIB's YouTube channel, PIB India, and being watched across India and the world through our live stream. So today we have with us the cast and the crew of Gujarati film Hari Om Hari, which is releasing in cinemas shortly on the 24th. Yes, on 28th of December. 8th of December. Apologies. It's being released in cinemas on 8th of December and is being screened here at IFFI 54 under the Gala Premiere section. So I'd like to introduce the cast and crew who are our guests today. We have with us Nisarga Vaidya, who is the director of the film. We have with us Siddharth Randeria, Ronak Kamdar, Vyoma Nandi, and Malhar Rathod, who are actors in the film. And we have with us Sanjay Chhabria, who is the producer of the film. I welcome all of you to this press conference.
Thank you.
Before moving forward, why don't we have a look at the trailer of the film?
લગન તો ની સાથે થવા જોઈએ ને જેની સાથે કોઈ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ હોય કોઈ બોન્ડિંગ હોય હા
આપણે લગન કરેલી
તમે તમારી દીકરીના લગ્ન આની સાથે શું કામ કરાવવા માંગો છો?
આ બંને નાના હતા ને ત્યારથી આ લોકોને જોઈ રહ્યા છે. ઓમ જે રીતે વિનીનું ધ્યાન રાખે છે, વિનીને સમજે છે, એક બાપને આનાથી વધારે બીજું શું જોઈએ?
શું થયું?
કોઈ કહે છે ને મને તારા વાળ એકદમ નૂડલ્સ જેવા લાગે છે.
વાળ નૂડલ્સ લાગે છે, આંગળીઓ ચોપસ્ટિક્સ લાગશે. આપણા પર ફોકસ કરીએ.
તારું કેવું ચાલે?
યાર અમારી વચ્ચે જે કેમિસ્ટ્રી હોવી જોઈએ ને એ છે જ નહીં યાર.
જો કેમેસ્ટ્રીનું એવું છે ને, એકવાર તમે લેબમાં ઘૂસો ને એટલે આપોઆપ બધા ફોર્મ્યુલા મેચ.
યાર કોણ કહેશે કે લગ્ન પહેલા આપણે
બેસ્ટ ફ્રેન્ડ હતા.
તો કેમ કરે મારી સાથે લગન? કેમ કીધું નહીં કે મારી સાથે તું ખુશ નથી?
તમને મારી લાઈફની પર્સનલ ડિટેલ્સ ક્યાંથી મળી? તમે જાસૂસ છો, બ્લેકમેલર છો કે પેલા વિનીના બાપના નોકર?
પુનઃ આ શબ્દ પ્રયોગ કર્યો છે તો તારી પૃષ્ઠભૂમિ ઉપર એક પાદપ પ્રહાર કરીશ. એટલે તારા કુલા પર લાત મારીશ. તારા લવ મેરેજમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ શું છે?
લવ મેરેજ નહીં, લવ વગરના મેરેજ બોલો.
એક્સક્યુઝ મી. હું
માયરા?
માયરા શું કામ આવી હતી?
અરે આપણી માયરા.
આપણી માયરા?
એટલે આપણી ફ્રેન્ડ માયરા.
આ તો લૂઝ મોશન સ્લો મોશનમાં કરવા જેવો ઘાટ થયો.
દિવસે ફિલ્મ, રાતે નાટક. યાર આ જ વસ્તુ મારી ફેમિલી સમજી શકી હોત ને તો આજે.
અરે વિની, એ તો સમજે છે ને.
તમારી કુંડલીના ચક્કરમાં મારો પગ કુંડાળામાં પડી ગયો ને.
તને એવું લાગે છે તું તારી ભૂલ સુધારી શકે એ માટે હું મારી નવલકથા રીરાઇટ કરવા તૈયાર છું. પણ આ વખતે તારે ફક્ત તારી મરજીથી તારી રીતે તારી વાર્તા બદલવાની છે. તથાસ્તુ.
તે મને મારા સવાલનો તો જવાબ આપ્યો જ નહીં.
કયો સવાલ?
Will you marry me?
મેં તને તારી લાઈફ સુધારવા માટેની તક આપી છે. તું આ બીજા બધાની લાઈફમાં શેનો સુધારા વધારા કરવા નીકળ્યો?
મને મારી મનગમતી લાઈફ તો જ મળે જો મારી પાર્ટનર મનગમતી હોય.
તારી મનગમતી આવી
ઉલમાંથી ચૂલમાં પડ્યા.
હું સિદ્ધાર્થ
Next, please. Very interesting love story indeed. So before I throw the floor open to questions from the audience, I'd like each of you to speak a little bit about the film. Should we start with the director, Nisar? Sir?
Hari Om Hari, as the name suggests, it's a wordplay about this character Om, who is having a good time with his friend, who turns out to be his wife, and how this relationship gets twisted, and a new character enters his life and changes everything and makes him get onto his life sooner. So that's more or less the premise. It's a love story. It's a fantasy rom-com. And it's also sort of the start of the love story of me and filmmaking also. And it's been a great time. I hope you guys see the film and then I could talk more.
We couldn't have the subtitles, otherwise you would have followed it better. But probably what I wish is without hearing, not understanding the dialogues, if it conveys something to you, that's the best cinema, I believe.
So that's the power of cinema, I think.
That's what I believe, that's the best cinema.
So that's would you like to say a few words about it?
Well, it's the same thing, not to repeat what is quite old for last, how many decades? Any idea? About 50 years or 60? Maybe more than 60 as well. But it has gone through a lot of changes over the years. There were kind of films, mainly there were folk films which were being done in Gujarati because it was aimed at masses and they would appreciate that more. And Gujarat has a very rich legacy of folk tales. So, which went on for almost say about 25-30 years. Those kind of films ran very well, and almost all the films completing more than 25 weeks or 50 weeks in cinemas, because those were the days of single screen cinemas and they had a captive audience. Over the last 12 years, new generation of filmmakers entered the arena and they started making what they label it as urban films. You see, the earlier ones were more of folk tales and all. So then they started targeting urban films, modern day problems. Gujarat has really progressed in all the aspects, as you all know, business wise, otherwise, development of cities. So the youth also has graduated to accepting different and varied subjects. So where we stand just now is a very crucial stage of Gujarati cinema making. Things are changing at a rapid speed. What was happening about 10 years back and what is happening now is probably every year we are trying to change the narratives, the kind of stories we tell. There are historical films being made on big budget. But like any other regional cinema, as you would know, budgets are the constraint. Very, very big constraint, which everyone faces, be it Assamese, Bengali, Marathi, anything when you call it regional, and probably barring Punjabi, because they have a huge overseas market otherwise, and they earn in big numbers. But otherwise, rest of the languages, they do have a stringent budget. But still, with those budgets, newer producers are coming in. And to talk about Sanjay ji, Sanjay Chhabria is the chairman and director of the company called Everest Entertainment. And to his credit, he has more than 30 feature films in Marathi, which is a record of its sorts. And this is his first venture into Gujarati. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So this is basically, I wanted to tell you about the scenario, what Gujarati cinema is going through at the moment.
The film, when you've seen the trailer, I'm sure you must have guessed that it is a love story. It's about 3 characters and the 4th one that comes into the life.
Is it on?
So, oh, sorry. Hello. You guys can hear me, right? Hello. So yeah, like he said about the film, it's a love story. It's a romantic triangle, and the 4th character that comes in and changes things around. But I think right now what we would really want to talk about more is that so this is my second film that is being showcased at IFFI, and the previous one was also a Gujarati film. So we are very happy to be here, first of all, because it feels very heartening to see that such a major film festival now also looks at Gujarati films. IFFI was very gracious enough to invite us for this and have our film premiere in this festival. So that talks a lot about where Gujarati films stand nowadays, because we are not only finding acceptance within our own community and our own audience, but we are reaching far out and wide to a lot of other audiences and a lot of other people from other regionalities watching and enjoying our films. So yeah, I think I would just want to say that, and I hope all of you will watch the film with us today at the premiere and we really enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Buddy, I guess there's not much to say. One thing I would like to say though, that not only the actors but every single technician that's been involved in the film has given their 100%, and I think the kind of Gujarati cinema we've had so far, and with this film we are kind of set a different trend and also set the bar way high. And I think adding to what Ronak said, we are all very, very proud of our film, and if a festival like IFFI has recognized us and invited us, that just adds to our validation, as to our hard work being recognized, and we are very, very happy to be here, and we hope you all join hands with us in our joy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Already, can you hear me?
Just
I think everything has been said already. I just want to say this movie is double special for me, because this is my first Gujarati film and this is my first time at IFFI. So I am loving it. I'm having a great time. Thank you so much for having us over here. And about the story, all I can say is it's not just a rom-com. It has a lot of twists and turns. I think once you see the movie, you'll get to know about it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Fine.
So first, Siddharth bhai, thank you for the lovely introduction. I am a big fan of Marathi and Gujarati cinema. Yes, like sir said, I've already done, I don't know whether it will be right to call myself a veteran in Marathi cinema, but yes, I've done a lot of Marathi films. And I've been following Gujarati films since a long time. Like Siddharth sir said, there is an upsurge and there is a new age of filmmakers in the Gujarati language. There are some great filmmakers. So I think it was a very natural choice for me to do a Gujarati film. I was lucky this project came by to me. It has a fantastic story, and icing on the cake was Siddharth sir in it, and a very, very talented cast. We've done our best in this movie. I think one more thing I just wanted to point out is, we were talking about Gujarati cinema and Marathi cinema. My observation is everybody talks about South, but some of the most progressive films are in these two languages, in Gujarati and Marathi. We've done our best with this film. We have a fantastic cast and crew, and one person I would like to mention who's not there on the dais is our music director, Parth Bharat Thakkar. He's done a fabulous job, which you will soon see. We have songs sung by Arman Malik, by Shekhar Raujiani, by Salim Merchant. We have a very rich soundtrack. So I hope you enjoy the movie as much as we did while making it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You are listening and recording and everything. But as I said, Gujarati cinema needs a little push and a platform to reach to other regions of our country, other states, because just now it's limited only to Gujarat, but we need to break that barrier and reach to other wider audiences as well. All the films carry subtitles. Like all of us, we see all language films. And because film is a film, and when there is a nice story nicely put up, it gives you the same pleasure and language becomes secondary. But from your side, what you could do for us is by writing about Gujarati cinema and creating little awareness, whatever with your medium you can give us. Thank you so much.
So that's as you talk passionately about Gujarati cinema, I'd like to ask you that do you
Trying to
flavors, maybe the folk dance,
audience which is outside Gujarat.
so their personalities. I think the most humorous and fun people I've met are my Gujarati friends.
As
So can you tell us a little bit about the process that you went through to get it?
So, I mean, there's.
Interested to see exactly what you mean. Sanjay sir,
So it's a very, very
for you as well. Do we have any questions from the audience or yes, sir?
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
I'm
much.
feeling very proud that you have chosen to bring your film in IFFI. God bless you. All the best. Thank you.
No, thank you for just to add a little bit to what you said, like being a first film. This is
Very hardly.
Just let him complete, please, then we can take your question.
sorry. This being my first
Films are very rare in IFFI.
But I would accept that very bluntly that everything cannot be so good in any language. So there are degrees and kind of categories of movies made. Out of that, some reach that level of acclaim where if we would like to showcase them. And we are lucky that before release of the movie, we are getting the chance to showcase it here. So that says a lot about the kind of film which we have made.
Also, there's a very optimistic trend of featuring Gujarati films also in IFFI, and we're very proud of that. Because in the last 50 years that films have been made, in the last, I think 5 years itself, there have been 4 films that have already been showcased at IFFI. Helaro obviously was the festival opener of the year. It went to national as well. Ikvismu Tiffin was a film that came 2 years back, which was selected in the Indian Panorama section. So now we're picking up the pace. We're also kind of matching steps with the rest of the regional film industries, and I'm sure you'll see a lot of more Gujarati presence in IFFI in the forthcoming editions.
Amen to that.
Particularly of the day. So what was your inspiration for the movie and what are your expectations from the movie once it's released?
So I think life is the biggest inspiration. Like I said before, that I had just recently gotten married, and I feel stories can be specific, but feelings are always universal. Even if you watch a Hollywood movie, if it relates to you, you will feel that pain or you will feel that moment. So I think you try to draw as much from life as possible and try to bring something new there. Like your experience will be always your own. And with a movie like this, it was just adding your own personality or your own thoughts on something and giving it a slightly different edge. Apart from that, the story kind of does the job on its own. So that was not a problem.
For Gujarati cinema, and all the very best for your screening.
Thank
and
you
for
so
your
much.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you all also for being here. Thank you so much.